Wow. Oh my God, Deborah, hi.
Hi.
I had no idea you were here. Hi. What's up, Nick?
Hannah, I'll start with you. Ava's first encounter with Deborah this season, kind of awkward. What's running through her mind in that elevator scene and why she's so nervous to see her old boss?
She is taken aback by the fact that she's entering a dynamic that is so familiar, and yet there is an inherent awkwardness, which is so not typical of the way that they've always connected. Even the first day they ever met, it was kind of off to the races and confrontational.
How you doing?
Good. Real good. Really good. So, doing good, yeah.
You look well?
Thanks. It's the first time we see them in this context, and I think Ava's trying to play it cool and not launch into, the desperate plea for, an explanation.
And that lasts about 30 seconds.
Of course, it lasts an elevator ride to, I'm assuming, a middle floor, like not even the top. It's definitely hard for her, I think, to kind of keep a lid on it. And she has a little moment where she kind of, lets something out and then recovers. But yeah, it doesn't last long. Definitely no.
And then the cake. That was it. It was all over when she had the cake.
Yeah. I look well. You got nothing on my new haircut? You're not going to say I look like a little page boy or something?
No, I just thought maybe you'd put a child's wig on backwards.
There we go.
So, Jean, in that time that these two characters have been apart, Deborah had to have missed her former scribe a little bit, right?
Oh, sure. Absolutely. I think so. Deborah's strange in that way. It's like the things that are probably would make her the happiest are the things that she seems to push away the hardest. I think also, too, she's been sort of watching Ava from afar. She's probably had people reporting to her things that Ava's been doing and taking full credit, for Ava's success, I'm sure. But I think she missed that back and forth. She doesn't have that relationship with anybody.
Yeah.
And missing that one person that'll actually tell you the truth.
Yeah.
And the more and more she's surrounded by sycophants, she's kind of missing that dynamic.
Now, Hannah, Ava's able to set up some boundaries for herself this season, and Deborah's open to them. How would you kind of describe the evolution of their relationship throughout this season?
Well, I think it's kind of in line with their typical dynamic, which is 2 steps forward, 5 steps back, and 2 steps forward, I think Ava, obviously, we meet her and she's doing well and she kind of tosses everything aside to go back to be with Deborah. And once she gets there, it's kind of more of the same. And she does, lay down the law and have that conversation and try to create better boundaries. But of course, as you know, that doesn't, nothing lasts.
I break my promise to not make fun of her immediately. So.
Jen, over to you. Deborah sees herself in the mirror, seconds before she goes out to guest host The Late Show. How does that foreshadow what's to come for the rest of the season?
Yeah, I think she sees herself because she is about to go do this thing that has been this white whale for her. It has been the show that she almost had and then lost. And it has been something that really defined her career and really was kind of this thing that she never got over, as you see her admit in season 2 on stage. She sees her younger self in that mirror because she is reflecting on how far she's come and she's about to go realize this dream for a second. And that's kind of what we wanted to explore with that episode is, okay, well, she's about to go get her dream, but what if she only has it for a little bit?
Now, Lucia, there's so much development this season for these two women. What was most important to you all from a storytelling perspective in terms of the evolution of their complicated relationship?
The biggest challenge was getting them back in together in a way that felt satisfying and exciting and also shifted the dynamic. Ava comes back in and is immediately like, it's not the same as it was before. We're going to have new boundaries and new limits. And also, I think now that they've gotten to know each other so much more and it allows for a slightly more honest and vulnerable relationship, which then, of course, brings us over the course of the season to the finale, which really tests that intimacy, those secrets, and what they've really learned from each other and how far they're willing to go in terms of what they think they deserve.